Pedro Martinez has one of the most beautiful and creative mansions in the world, especially because of a peculiar room in his house. His net worth is enormous, even in his retirement, and has a bit of a fetish for cars. His famous change-up and curveball were great to see, but his lavish lifestyle and enormous net worth isn't one you want to miss today. These days, you'd find Pedro Martinez helping children and the less privileged through his foundation, the Pedro Martinez and Brother Foundation, which is run by his wife, Carolina Cruz Martinez. More on her soon. Martinez founded this foundation in 1998 to support children and families in communities that are plagued by poverty. First thing he did when he set it up was to donate land in the Dominican Republic. The foundation has so far served over 100,000 children by providing empowerment programs for children who are abused, impregnated, abandoned, or hungry. These children have gone on to receive education, learn new skills, and indulge in sports and arts while also having their bellies filled and their minds healed. It's not surprising that Martinez has given back in this magnitude to society when you look back to the kind of life he had. He may have a current net worth of approximately $70 million, but growing up, he lived in a palmwood house with dirt floors and a tin roof. And it wasn't like he was the only child. He was the fifth of 6 siblings living and surviving in the Santo Domingo suburb of the Dominican Republic. And sometimes his cousins joined them. Before the 6th annual Pedro Martinez Foundation Gala in November 2022, he made this shocking revelation to Boston.com. In our family, it was 4 boys and 2 girls. We also had a whole bunch of cousins. We had this backyard where we could all get together. You know how it was when you get all your cousins together? We used to play catch with oranges, whatever was around, old socks. We taped them up, tied them up. It was good enough for baseball. We'd take a piece of stick and swing it in the backyard. This was how humble the background of the player who had made a lot of people happy was. And he had gone from catching oranges to making 3,154 strikeouts, which was enough to earn him 3 American League Strikeout Leader Awards. Another thing he picked up 3 times was the Cy Young Award, and he was instrumental in breaking the 86-year-old curse that plagued the Red Sox. He had contributed immensely to the 4-0 sweep against the St. Louis Cardinals and won his only career championship title. After all that, he became a special assistant to the general manager of the Red Sox, Ben Cherington. Then in 2015, he was hired to be a studio analyst for MLB Network, and in that same year, he was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Martinez actually did everything in the league, but what is a man without the support of his family, especially when you're married to someone who gets you as much as his wife does? Pedro had met his wife, Carolina Cruz, while she was a sophomore playing volleyball and studying journalism at Boston College. Afterward, she had gotten her master's in journalism from the University of Miami and was soon employed as a sideline reporter for ESPN Deportes. They were married in 2005 and have 4 children, 3 boys and a girl. His first 2 sons have already taken the path of baseball like their father, with one playing for the Detroit Tigers. The family lives in a splendid mansion, which is one of the finest houses by any celebrity out there. But before he bought the house, former Kansas City Royals shortstop Alcides Escobar had lived there. Escobar had chosen to sell it off before moving to play with the Tokyo Yakult Swallows in Japan. Located in North Miami, Florida, the house was constructed in 2014 and purchased in 2016 by Escobar. He had paid $2.65 million for it, while Martinez and his wife paid $3 million in August 2019 for the beauty. And it is indeed a beauty. The house, which spans 5,022 square feet, is not just modern, but futuristic. It has multiple smart home features like an electric window, automatic lighting, and sound systems. Outside the house, you're treated to a private boat dock and a beautiful pool. This means that Martinez and his friends and family can just step out of the house for a boat ride anytime they want. And when they're done, they can just cool off in the pool while watching the beauty presented by the canal beyond. The mansion has 6 bedrooms and 6.5 bathrooms. Living room has a warmth to it provided by plush throw pillows and chairs. Then here's the beautiful carpeting that covers the entire room that links with the kitchen in a complementary way. Living room has a glass coffee table and the other glass centerpieces. The kitchen that's linked to it has a little bar on its side, dining area, cabinetry, And just like the living room, there's also a lot of glass used here. Glass on the door of the cabinetry, glass top table, and gigantic glass floor-to-ceiling windows. But unlike the living room, the kitchen flooring has some parts of it exposed to show sparkling marble tiles. There's also chandeliers hanging down here. Chandeliers are also found on the second floor landing, where you would also find railings made of glass panels. The modern look is contributed by the white marble flooring, even bigger floor-to-ceiling windows, and a look of simplicity given by the white and black decor colors. Around the house, you'd find memorabilia baseball framed to display the memorable moments of Martinez's career. Now, for the kids' room. One of them has a baseball theme to it. It's probably the most beautiful part of the entire building. It is built to replicate the setting of a baseball. On the walls, a baseball diamond is drawn alongside the sky, clouds, the fan stands, and practically everything you'd see in and around a baseball field. And even more interestingly, there's a chair designed by a catcher's glove, another's designed like a baseball, and hanging from the ceiling is a cloud-shaped light that completes the spectacle that is the room. These are just some of the amazing features that make this house an architectural phenomenon. The only things we're concerned about is where he parks all the cars he owns in this mansion, because let's face it, Martinez is freaky with cars. He has so much of it and once said that he doesn't remember much of his first years as a professional baseball, but can never forget his first ride. He also quoted as saying, "I don't remember as much about my debut in the big leagues as I remember when I got my first car. I remember everything. How I looked at the car, how I went in. I didn't even want to drive it. My brother drove it. I just wanted to see whether he considered it was okay for me or not." His first car had been a 1993 Toyota Celica GT, a ride he had gotten in his rookie season. His elder brother, Ramon, another former baseball player, had taught him about cars. Martinez said he had to save his first MLB checks before he could purchase it. He later took the car to his hometown in the Dominican Republic to show it off, and speaking about his experience, he said, "Even though I'm not good looking, I got a lot of looks because of the car. Believe me, I was really happy with my car when I got back. Everybody was looking at my car. My car was so cute. It was the only one in the country at the time I got it into the Dominican." But this car wasn't going to be his one and only true love. Martinez is not as sentimental as that, even though he always has something to say about his connection with all his cars. And the Toyota Celica might have been his first car, but he first learned to drive in a Chevrolet Monte Carlo, which was owned by the lady he used to live with in the year 1990 in Great Falls, Montana. So when he started to earn even bigger amounts of money, he filled the garages in his homes in the Dominican Republic and in the United States. The 2002 Ferrari 360 Modena was a supercar Martinez had bought when he was still with the Red Sox, and this was what he had to say about his Modena. "That car is like an orchid. You really have to pamper this car. You have to really be on top of it. It's a convertible. You have to consistently open the top and bring it back down. You have to run it. You have to keep it moving. Every time you run it more than 70 miles, you have to check the oil. It's a really sensitive car. That car is a prima donna." So because this particular one obviously gives him a bit of a tough time, he only drives it as a hobby now. He also owns a 2007 Hummer H2, but his favorite car from that same year is his 2007 Mercedes-Benz S550. He rates his Benz a 10, and speaking about this one to MotorTrend.com, he had said, "The interior, the look, everything is really good about this car. After I married my wife, I figured she would look good in a car like that, so I went and got it for her." But what's a superstar without a Range Rover, right? Well, Martinez owns a 2017 Range Rover, a sleek hybrid of a car. If you enjoyed this video about the lavish lifestyle of Pedro Martinez, check out the video on the screen now, or the one we posted below, because we're sure you'll like that one too. See you there.